Did you know you can use Wikipedia and Wikidata to further clarify what your schema markup is about? In this short tutorial, we'll show you the difference between Wikipedia and Wikidata and how you can use it in your schema markup. Let's start by explaining what is Wikidata. Wikidata is actually where Wikipedia pulls its information from, and it really articulates the core concept. What we're looking at here is the core concept of Guelph, where Schema App was created. And it's a city in Ontario, and you can see it shows like the different languages, what the description is in the different languages, and then statements that articulate its relationships. So it's in the country of Canada, it has these coordinates, and it's located in this administrative territory entity. Looks like an ontology, eh? And then on the right-hand side, you can see the Wikipedia entries that are derived from this Wikidata entry for Guelph. And you'll notice that they all have different URLs. And so when you're doing your schema markup, ideally you're pointing to the core concept in Wikidata. But when you don't have that, you can use the link or concept in a language in Wikipedia. So now let's switch gears and say, like, when would you use a Wikipedia or Wikidata entry? The first case I'm going to show you is for an article. In this case, we're going to go into Schema App and look at Why is Guelph Awesome article. And for an article or a creative work, you can use a Wikipedia or Wikidata entry to explain what it is about. And so when you go to the About field in your schema markup, you can go ahead and select the appropriate entry. So in this case, we'll go ahead and do a Wikipedia lookup, and we'll type in Guelph, and we'll type on search, and then select Guelph, the city in Ontario, and click submit. And now for this article, it's saying this article is about the city of Guelph, and Martha's title here is Why is Guelph Awesome? Another time you might use it is for a person. In this case, you might want to kind of articulate, let's say that the spouse of the person is someone famous. So you could go ahead and use Wikipedia to look up that famous person. So let's say Martha Garriock is actually married to Ray Charles. And so I'd look up Ray Charles, select that, and then go ahead and link that there. The other type is sort of in this example here where you're trying to define the alumni of an institution. And so those institutions or universities are usually in Wikipedia. And so you can go ahead and select that there. The third example for where you can use Wikipedia and Wikidata to further clarify your markup is on a local business. And in a local business, you can use it to articulate explicitly what type of business it is. For example, if you're a dentist, but you're actually an orthodontist, you can use AdditionalType in order to clarify that further. Let's look at an example in Schema App. So in Schema App, we're going to go to AdditionalType. And what we're going to do is we're going to use Wikipedia and type in orthodontist. And we'll search for it, select it, and hit submit. And you'll notice here that it's a Q3842067. And what this is telling us is that it's using Wikidata for the definition of orthodontist. And so if I go back to our Wikidata page and enter it in, you'll actually see, oh, it's the concept of orthodontist. On a local business, there's a couple other places that you can also use a Wikidata or Wikipedia entry. For example, when you're putting in the address and doing country, you can easily do a quick search for Canada or the country that you want to refer to. You can also use it for anything that's for a place, so contained in place, or if you're doing service areas for that specific business, you can go ahead and use it there. So that's how you can use Wikipedia and Wikidata to more explicitly explain the web page that you're using schema markup with, and how Schema App enables you to do that very easily and quickly.